Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And the Springboks have just announced a 26-man training squad that will assemble in Stellenbosch this weekend up until Wednesday, the 26th of October, before returning to their URC sides. For the South African-based players, for the Japan-based players, they'll hang around. With the final squad, both the Springbok and the SAA squad, set to be announced on Friday, the 28th of October. The BOK squad will gather in Dublin on Sunday, the 31st. Sunday the 30th of October, while the SAA players will depart a week later for Ireland. They'll be playing on, so they'll be sort of leaving on Saturday, the 5th of November, to begin their preparations for their clash against Munster in Cork. And a couple of the 34-man Springboks players will obviously then join that squad as well. But in terms of the squad that has been announced, before you do look at it, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. This is the training squad that has been announced. No major surprises except for the name right below Jaden Hendrickson and above Jesse Creel. Johan Goosen has been named in the training squad. And we have a confirmation that Andre Pollard is set not to play in the Autumn Internationals, whilst it has also been confirmed that Alton Yankees will not form part of the 54 training sort of squad, or 54 players within the Springbok and the SAA squads for the end of year tour. So we will be seeing new fly halves this autumn for the Springboks. Very much sounds like Damien Willemse will be the man that will be back. France Stan is another option, but Johan Goosen is somebody who has been backed to be within the actual Springbok training squad, which will assemble in Stellenbosch for a short camp at the end of this weekend and early next week. Apart from that, not too many sort of surprises here. But for example, no Evan ROOS and no Ruan Nokia. It's very much the core of the squad that we saw going over to Australia and into Argentina. It's kind of the squad we've seeing a lot of. And I think that this is an indication of sort of basically, I think this is the core of the group we will see in the November internationals. I think it does sound like, I think the likes of an Evan ROOS stuff will be part of the SAA squad. But given the fact that they haven't been called into this training squad for next weekend, I don't think will form part of the sort of the main Springbok squad. There. So a couple of interesting things. First of all, his return for Spur and Course. He's back to full fitness. He's been included in the squad. Kurt Lawrence, obviously, we're back in the squad. Kanan Moody has been named in the squad, but is nursing an injury, and so it's more sort of they're going to be monitoring him basically. So I don't think it's. We're not sure yet if he's going to be able to play or not, but he's sort of been brought back, so they can sort of complete more of his rehab and they can sort of assess where he is. Yeah, apart from that, very little surprise about some of the players. It's pretty stock standard. It's the players we've seen a lot. Thomas Toy getting the backing is quite interesting as well, because he's somebody who sort of occupies himself on the fringes. Deon Fourie, I think, has very much found himself in a third choice hooker slash a flank sort of role. I think that he kind of has jumped ahead of Joseph Dwebe. It'll be interesting to see if we do name two hookers in the SAA squad, whether it'll be Joseph Dwebe and Jan Grobler, or if we'll just go with Jan Grobler and look at playing Deon Fourie in those SAA games. So we can't read too much into this training squad, but there are definitely sort of small little indications about what that final squad will look like when it comes out next week Friday. And really good to see in the press conference, which will be coming out a bit later today. Rassie Rasmus back in the press conference, which means we're getting a lot more insight into sort of what's going on, a lot more context. I think he's somebody who really enjoys providing context regarding decisions that they are making and stuff like that. But at the moment, no real shocks, I suppose. A lot of fans will be upset that no Evan ROOS, for example, in the squad and stuff. But I do think that we will see him involved in the SAA squad as well. Those will be announced next week Friday, so we'll have plenty of build-up for then. They have talked about the fact that we will see a couple of young fly halves in the SAA squad as well. That's been confirmed. We're going to have to see, because we're no longer looking at Andre Pollard nor Alton Yankees during the alternation series. So all of a sudden, Johan Goosen's on the radar. I reckon Martin Libbok's on the radar. I think Johnny Lombard's on the radar. Very interesting to see who they do back in those final squads. Let me know what you think about this training squad down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.